This is the place where the Nazis made the film Triumph of the Will.
Okay.
Okay, here see you, that's Betanger Klosteig. That formerly was Nuremberg. I changed it with Photoshop in Betang. It's a close dumpling, kind of dumpling. This was Nürnberger Straße in Regensburg. Now it's a Betanger Weg, Betanger Way of Betang. Here you see the city, that's Betang. Formerly it was Nuremberg here, Fürth here and Erlangen there. Together it becomes Betang. This is August Atay Weg, Way of August Atay. Is a famous Turkish writer. This is transport in Betang, creative transport without cars. This is a Dakini Platz, the place of Dakini. It was in Marienplatz in Munich. And now it's a place of Buddhist ghosts. That's a sign of Betang in the city council. You see
many of the baby boomers had Nazi parents.
Or grandparents.
Or grandparents.
Yes, grandparents.
So this is very difficult for baby boomers. Because they are so close to that history.
It's difficult because grandparents don't want to speak about it. Here I'm in the Holocaust Mahnmal in Berlin and put garbage from the street to clean the space. And that's democracy is funny, that's my point. Like Joseph Beuys, Demokratie ist lustig. So, the Nazis every time were other people, but not their own family. Here, for example, is Raimundo Tigre Perez Street. That was a native activist for peace and in the USA. Here's a sign, you can go by the highway to Betang, not to Nuremberg anymore, so you go to Betang. Cards, for example, you can look to all the postcards here.
So urban renewal is what you're talking about. Like this place where the Nazis had their rallies, that would be an urban renewal. Not just ripping down something, but repurposing it.
I want to know that in their own family you have Nazis. You know, my grandfather was Nazi, and I have to go to the Archiv in Berlin because my grandmother don't tell anything. 75 years they don't tell anything. It's a new idea of using this place.
It costs to rip it down.
To rip it down, I don't know, perhaps 100 million euros.
How much would it cost to repurpose it?
Perhaps 300 million. I mean, money is not the point of my project, so, you know, there's enough money in the world. Few people have a lot of money, so they can spend it. Next life, they become rats.
My question is, would the German government repurpose it in order to change the meaning of the place?
Perhaps on the top of my career.
or
next life.
Breaking with the Nazi past seems to be very difficult in Germany.
Yes, because they don't accept the past. Nobody knows what were their grandparents doing in the Nazi time, grandparents. Nobody knows this. I've said of Betang.
So Betang is similar to Metropolis. Metropolis was a fictional city by Fritz Lang.
Yeah. The difference is that Betang is in a special kind real, because Nuremberg, Fürth, and Erlangen really does exist. And I take these 3 cities and make a new city.
Government, the city government in Nuremberg would think of your idea. Would they take it serious?
No, they're thinking I'm a little bit...
To pursue the idea?
What is pursue?
Pursuing an idea is not giving up, which is, by the way, the American way. You don't ever give up.
Now, what should I else do? I don't learn anything else. That's my business, so, you know. And if I don't finish this life, I go on next life. My dream is that in the next life, I go to an archive and found something like this, and said, oh, what strange idea, I will develop it now. So, because I found my own art piece from the former life and develop it in the new life.
Well, if somebody picks up your idea in Nuremberg, do you think that maybe the German government may take an interest in not ripping it down?
I don't know. I mean, this city is from 3 cities, and it becomes only one new city if every city will decide, okay, we've used...
About 3 cities,
yes,
which are in close proximity.
But
so
they are unmittelbar, they touched each other.
So the place where the Nazis
Yes.
made this film, Triumph of the Will, this is an attempt to get in the clear with the history of Nuremberg as far as the National Socialists are concerned, right?
The city of Nuremberg want to renovate and restaurate this area, and I said we develop it and make a new building with the rest of the old one and build some new things together. So, and it becomes a peace institute. Yes, and to develop it to a new idea of human life, to live together peacefully.
An example, the concentration camp in Dachau.
Yes. That's the place of the victims. That's the place of the Täter, so of the Nazis, not of the victims. So that's different to Dachau.
So this idea you have is a kind of cleanup. But in Dachau, they want to rip down the concentration camp, but you want to change the nature, the meaning of the place. Is this correct? Is this
yes, because to make it restaurate this place. So this is a Zeppelin Tribüne of the Reichsparteitagsgelände, where the Nazis have celebrate the party, the Reichsparteitag, and this Fritz Kurz was a young anti-fascist. In 1943, he was murdered by the Nazis, and this was Nuremberg Street in Fürth. And if this Beton becomes reality, you don't need any more Nürnberger, Fürther or Erlanger Street. So I changed the street names, and the Nuremberg Street in Fürth gets the name of Fritz Kurz.
This is about the street which you showed me about the time of the National Socialists. So here we are at the Fritz Kurz Street, and something to do with Nuremberg. So please tell us what this is.
Yes, that's Reichsparteitagsgelände, where the national parties, the rallies, national rallies of the Nazis took place, and the city of Nuremberg want to renovate this place, and I said we develop it to a new space. We have a part of each city which creates a new city.
Why did you start doing this?
Das heißt Schnappcity auf Englisch. It's just curious idea. It starts when I was candidate for the city parliament of Nuremberg. I said we make one city from Nuremberg, Fürth and Erlangen. And so we have a parliament for 3 cities.
So it's an urban development concept.
Yes, city, urban, yes. City. Especially a city, not an urban city. City development. It's a German word for city development. And I develop a new city, creating a new space with different culture and a kind of The city is called Betang, and this is from Nuremberg. This is from Fürth, and this is from Erlangen.
It's it's tied to history. The history which you're afraid gets lost, right?
Which one gets lost?
The history of the city. You're burning ideas into the present from the past. I have the impression.
It's a concept.
Hi, you're Carsten, an artist?
Yes, we are in my exhibition called Stadtentwicklungsbeeinflussungsanlage. It's a very difficult German word. City development is a special kind of art city development. Utopia, kind of utopia. I mean, I have a project, it's called Betang. That's a kind of art city. From Nuremberg, Fürth, and words of street names and architecture and work with plastic garbage.
Thank you, Carsten. This was a very interesting interview.
Welcome.